Hi, Ian. Ed Darling here. I really wish I could have been there for the retirement celebration, but I want to congratulate you for an amazing, amazing career. But it's hard for me to fathom that you're going to retire. But you've been doing this for a long time, so I think you deserve it. In fact, I came across a picture in my archives that I think really speaks to just how long you've been a perfusionist and working with heart lung machines. And you were rocking the bow tie at the time. But I want everybody to notice how clean and shiny and impeccable your heart lung machine is here. And one of my early memories of my time at Duke is your devotion to keeping your pump absolutely perfect. But one day you were finishing up a case, and I don't know if you remember this. This is a long time ago. You were finishing up a case. We were off bypass. You were processing your circuit contents into a standalone cardiotomy reservoir that was hanging on the pump mast. And as it filled up, all of a sudden, the outlet of that reservoir, the tubing popped off, and at least 2 liters of blood. It was a direct hit right on the pump, and there was nothing you could do about it. You didn't take it well at all, Ian. Your head exploded, and in fact, it would have made a sailor blush in there at the time. But again, thanks. I appreciate the invitation by Greg to send something down to commemorate your retirement. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Ed Darling, and I was hired in 1990, and I stayed to the year 2000. And what an incredible decade it was for me and for things going on at Duke. And so I wanted to share a few of my memories. Neonatal ECMO was brand new at Duke. We got our first computer. It was the computer age was born, and I remember it. It was a Mac Classic. It had 1 full meg of RAM and 100 meg of storage. Incredible. We published our first paper on VV ECMO in the early 90s, and through your mentorship and support and the chemistry and the synergy of the team at Duke, we continued to publish throughout that decade, and I know it's continued up to this day. Ian was president of AMSEC Region 3 during this time, and we organized a meeting that was held in Charlottesville, Virginia. And this meeting is particularly interesting to me, Ian. And this caused a little tension between us because apparently I found out that your boys were sleeping with my girls on the trip up to that conference. Of course, they were only 4 or 5 years old, but still, I was shocked. Ian's always been a great athlete, but he was unceremoniously ushered into middle age during this decade. I remember he came over to my house to play basketball, and he driving to the rim, he ruptured his left Achilles tendon. He had it surgically repaired at Duke and got right back to physical therapy. And a year later, he was back on the basketball court at my house, where he ruptured his other Achilles tendon. We got our first students late in the 1990s. We began the blading ceremony. I think that got out of control after I left and had to be banished from our repertoire. But the other thing is the Award of Excellency, and you received that in 1999. And the Award of Excellence is one of the highest honors that AMSEC can give. And again, you received that 1999. I was at the conference with you during that award, and there is a backstory that I think we should share. Now, I know I promised that I wouldn't show this picture, but I believe the statutes of limitations are over, and you are retiring now, and I am free to share this little nugget with your colleagues there. But at the time, AMSEC would not tell who received the award. It was a surprise. And so you may have been nominated along with 10 other people, but it wasn't revealed who the recipient was of the award until actually at the meeting. Well, At this meeting, I was in the conference room when they announced the winner of the 1999 AMSEC Award of Excellence, Mr. Ian R. Shear. And everyone was looking around the room and there was no Ian. And I said, hang on, let me run up to the room and I'll get him. So I sprinted up to the hotel room and, I knew he had been out pretty late the night before. I didn't realize the degree of incapacitation that was there. But this is what I found. I quickly woke him up. He regained his senses. He pulled himself together and he went downstairs and he got the award, and it was all very distinguished. But it was, at the moment, it was touch and go. But if I could be serious for just a moment, Ian, I just want to say thank you for all you've done for our profession. I want to thank you for all you've done for me personally, and I can honestly say that no one has had more of a positive impact and a positive influence on my career. I really hope that you and Sheila have a wonderful retirement. I've got so many great memories. I look forward to watching this next phase of your life. And again, thank you and congratulations on your retirement.